Before we begin, thank you very much to, if anyone out there makes fan art of TJ as a Transformer, please make a 3D printer the alt mode. For joining the Patreon campaign. The heck of a name. I don't know how exciting a 3D printer alt mode would work. Well, wouldn't it? It's a box. It's a box. I'm not one to normally get fan art either, so I don't know. Like make the alt mode whatever you want. I'm flattered either way. But thank you very much for the contribution. Thank you for helping to keep the channel going. We are almost at the end of the month, which means once again it's going to be time for another Q&A video that will be happening on Thursday. If you want anything answered, as long as it is within YouTube TOS, then please go to the previous Q&A video and leave a question there. It's already like the longest one I've ever done. So yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be a long one. All right, enough of this. Let's get into the news roundup. These are long enough as it is, and this is only gonna make it worse. So we are looking at a brand new Studio Series Gamer Edition figure. It is Sideswipe. Now, Sideswipe is another one of those that had one in Generations already, but this one is more accurate to the original game's design, largely because it's not just a retool of Jazz. It's actually its own thing. Yeah, there's some decent photos of it. Looks like it's got decent posability. There are elements that are accurate to the game model, like the wheels on the shoulders and the fins coming out of the back. That's all correct. The torso looks a little weird, but it is correct to the game. Yeah, and then the vehicle mode. Vehicle mode looks really cool. Like, I really do like the vehicle mode styles on these Gamer Edition figures, if nothing else. I do hold some concerns. Because, yeah, like, overall it looks okay. I'm not big on how thin and small the hands are. They just kind of look like plastic rings instead of fists. It's literally about as thin as they could make hands that still hold a 5mm without breaking. And then look at the feet. I don't like the flat feet. Like, I don't like the idea that he's just standing on two ironing boards. But we'll see how the toy plays. This is just an initial look at it. I'm sure we'll get more detailed pictures and probably a stolen video review at some point that shows us everything from all angles, and we'll see exactly what we're dealing with here. But for now, yeah, it just seems like a decent enough Studio Series figure. I don't see a 5mm post on the weapon accessory, which they said they were going to start doing that, and apparently they aren't going to start with this release. Oh, wait. No. That's the tire in his chest. I thought I saw one there. No, that's the tire. That's a tire. Oh, well, maybe next time. All right, moving on. One sole picture of the brand new Wheeljack toy coming in the 5-pack Selects release, where we're finally getting the Earth Mode Hound. We've already seen the Trailbreaker from the set. Here is the Wheeljack. Again, no translucent plastic, so a lot of the little fragile elements of the previous toy are gone now. And then he's got the more cartoon edit color scheme with simplified alt mode details and gray instead of black. This is more to my memory of Wheeljack, so this is going to be a preferred version. I will admit, now that the canopy, now that the cockpit, whatever you want to call it, the windshield, now that has been painted in blue, now it's looking a little bit weird. He does look very boxy with that windshield painted solid. I think a big part of that is the angle it's being photographed from, but it is a little bit of an eyesore, so unfortunately, well, okay, I'm gonna have to take the flaws with it, because I still think it's a really good looking Wheeljack. It's hitting the notes I want out of a Wheeljack. That's the thing. So we'll see how it looks altogether. We got 2 of the 5 so far. We pretty much know what the Hound's going to look like. So it's just a matter of getting to see the other 2 in solid plastic as well. All right, fingers crossed. We'll probably see those pretty soon. Yeah, there's no alt mode. I wish there was an alt mode shot of this too, but oh well, we'll go with what we got. Hopping back to Studio Series and the futuristic details, but not gamer series. New photos of the Sunstreaker we talked about last week. This is just much more in-depth photos. We get to see better shots of it all around. We get to see it pose. I think it looks way better now that it's not just someone holding it in their hand. Yeah, and again, I still really like the overall design of this. I like how much it veers away from being Bumblebee. The hits of orange definitely helps separate him out. Yeah, decent size. Yeah, there's our... Remember, boys and girls, that shockwave on the left is supposedly being sold as a Voyager. It's going to be either very simplistic or very hollowed out, considering that Megatron is a triple changer that's still pretty close in size. Yeah, and now we have some unobstructed pictures of the alt mode, and the alt mode looks good. I think it's a really nice looking futuristic car. It's doing a weird trick with the wheels, where the wheels are sculpted in, and you can see the rims, but they're actually just covers underneath are the real wheels. You can see them on the side of his leg there, and on the back of his wheels. It looks like it's doing something where like the internal mechanism will spin when the wheels are rolled, but not the outer rim. It's going to look weird. Kind of interesting. Yeah, it looks good. I actually really like what they're going for here. So, I'm not sure if this is like a scrap design that never made it to the movie, and most likely is. For all I know, they could have just made it up, because Sunstreaker's due for a toy, I guess. He's coming on in the Selects pack. What am I talking about? Point being, I like how it looks. And if they keep giving me like original designs like this, even if they weren't really designed for Bumblebee, but they just say they were, I'd be perfectly okay with that. Because I really like the aesthetic they're going for with these. Okay, moving over to Takara and a few repaints. We've got the next Beast Wars Again 2-pack. It is Tarantulas and Dinobot. I think this one hotly anticipated because getting Dinobot's color scheme correct is not easy. I think they've done a decent enough job here. I mean, it looks like Dinobot. I look at that and it makes me think Dinobot from the cartoon. It's hard to do him accurately. It really is, but they're trying their best here. And I do appreciate that. All the bones and the legs have been painted. You got the blue on the side of his midsection. They're still painting the sword purple. Like, the Masterpiece did the exact same thing. And it's frustrating and it bugs me. Because it's only purple in... It's only that color in some shots. It's usually like a steel gray. It's weird. We can talk about the Tarantulas too, but I don't think the Tarantulas has as much work being put into it to get it to look better or different. I mean, it still looks nice, and I'm still ordering them. And they do try to make a Fury stand out. You can see his chest and actually, like, his little spider mouth are all done in more of a metallic purple, giving it more of like almost like a reflective CGI look. I don't think I have... Yeah, I can't see my Kingdom Tarantulas from here. I still have to set that shelf up. So I can't compare him directly at the moment. Well, that's helpful. Thank you. Can you tell I hadn't looked at these photos before? So we're not getting it... Yeah, so like I said, he's not going to be a whole lot different. His weapon is painted, which definitely helps. And he has a little bit more paint along the side of his spider hips, so he has that detail correct. But really, it's not very different from the Hasbro release. Yeah, it's just a little bit of an aesthetic change, a little bit brighter yellow. That's about it. Please tell me, do they have a comparison for the Dinobots? Yeah, it's very much mostly the same. A little bit of plastic change. And there's the Dinobots. Left is the US, right is the Takara. The paint on the lower legs is really what's pushing it here. He's also got the claws being painted, which is good. Different shades of blue. Different idea about how that crest on the head should be painted. The Masterpiece did it in black, and I prefer that. Looks like Takara also painted the mouth. Weird. Okay. Yeah, well, yeah, it's a choice. It's a choice. So we'll. Yeah, they painted the mouth to make it look like his mouth is open and grimacing. They just painted his lips white. That's a weird call, Takara. That's a weird call, Takara. I'm not sure I can go. I'm not sure I'm going with you on that one. Oh, that's odd. Oh, that's odd. I know what they're going for. I don't think it works though. Oh well. Oh well. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see once everyone has it in hand a little bit more. All right, we're going to run through Authentics now because Authentics had a bunch of stock images of brand new stuff coming out. So this is the Bravo class, which are these smaller, cheaper varieties. So remember, these are for your Walgreens, your grocery stores, your lower markets that don't really want to spend on, you know, big, expensive, like deluxe Transformers, but they will go in for cheaper ones. So that's what we're going to deal with here. We've got a brand new Megatron, very simplistic, but I don't mind how the alt mode looks. And yeah, he's got a huge shell for his back, so no big surprise there for such a budgeted figure. New Grimlock. Not sure what I'm thinking about the translucent parts. That's a little bit weird looking. And yeah, he's an odd looking dino. Odd looking dino. A big detail on these that we hadn't seen in the previous ones is the legs seem to be connected. And they don't. A lot of these do not have separated legs, which is a little bit odd looking. Also, this Grimlock doesn't have hands. He doesn't have hands. What is going on, man? Like, I know it's cheap, but why is it so cheap you don't have hands? Oh, that's weird. It's weird looking. Speaking of weird looking, oh my God, this Bumblebee looks like it's in pain. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's bad. It looks like it's trying for something more along the lines of like Earthspark Bumblebee. It's got the tail end is molded in as the knees, and then the upper body is kind of like the more modern G1 Bumblebee style. Oh my God, oh, it's rough. Oh my God, what were you thinking with those arms? What were you thinking with those arms and the stems? That looks so bad. Looks so bad. Oh, and the Optimus Prime is like a hollowed-out rescue bot. Oh my God! Even on the cheapest end, this is still just so bad. You didn't even give him blue legs. You didn't even paint his legs blue. Oh, that's rough. Oh my God, that's rough. That might. God, I know these are the cheap lines, but the last run of these that I saw were actually okay-ish. Like, I got the RC from this run. I thought the RC actually had some cool engineering that, with some budget, would have made a really nice way of doing her as a modern character. No, they've gone down. They have definitely gone down. Ugh. Okay, so Bravo's looking rough. What about the Alpha class? We only have one Alpha class, the larger one, and that is Megatron. And I'm going to admit, this is a cool looking Megatron. This is actually a pretty cool looking Megatron, considering it is done in a very simplistic style and very cheap engineering and construction. Tank mode actually looks pretty good. Tank mode is actually looking pretty good. This is another one where I feel like if they had thrown some real budget into this design, this would be a completely passable take on Megatron. Yeah, yeah, like there's more shots of him, like 13-step transformation's not bad for a cheapo figure like this. Yeah, taller than a Voyager, so you're getting bang for buck at least. The big thing would be if they take a picture. Wow, full hips, thigh swivel, knee bend, elbow bend. This is the head sculpt's odd. The head sculpt is a little odd. But no, like I'm actually like curious about this toy now. Like just as an overall design is actually like not bad at all. Not bad at all. Again, put some budget into it. Make a full version. Okay, I'm freaking out over this. We also have a new Titan changer. The largest of them. The ones that come in the tall vertical boxes. And it's Wheeljack, who again has connected legs. But on these, that's to be expected. Yeah, he's just a white sports car. He's just a white race car. 8-step transformation, pretty simplistic. Yeah, no real shock here. No real shock here. Just double checking. No. For a second, I thought he might just be a retool of the Bumblebee, which I would entirely believe for this line. But oh well, it's one for the Wheeljack collectors. It's an oddity for you. Speaking of oddities, look what popped up. A new Red figure that hasn't been released. Potato quality photo. And Majora's Mask in the background. But yeah, there is apparently a RED Skywarp that actually exists. I'm surprised Red is still doing anything, repaint or otherwise. But apparently, yeah, you're going to be able to complete your Seeker set if you are still into those. Alright, fair enough. That's all we got. It's just the one photo. Just proof that, yeah, this thing actually does exist, apparently. Moving on. If you are waiting for the reissue of Titan's Return Fortress Maximus that was hitting this year, unfortunately, you're going to have to wait longer. They are delaying the shipment to August 1st, 2024. It's more than half of a year delay. That is rough. I'm genuinely wondering what happened, or if, like, I don't know what would have happened there to cause the production snafu, unless, like, Tidal Wave, I don't know, they might have needed more Tidal Waves than they expected. Tidal Wave might have sold particularly well, so they're running more. That would be, like, probably the most likely scenario. Either way, it's unfortunate for those who are still after their Fort Max. I still profess that we need a better Fort Max than that one. I still think we need a better Fort Max than the one that came out then, but some people are still after it apparently because hey, this was an order email, so a little bit longer. Here's another oddball. We have to zoom in on this one too. So Reaction is actually doing a T-Rex. Labeled as a Beast Wars Transformer, it is technically a Beast Machines character. Odd is 2024, and this is the Beast Machines character that hits the shelves first. But, yeah, it's just their Megatron having been repainted into the T-Rex colors, which is an interesting choice. Yeah, it's an odd one. It's a really, really odd one. For any character to get a random collectible, T-Rex. I mean, I guess the mold's available. Hasbro did it too, so no surprise. We're also expecting this to be a Target exclusive like most of the repainted ones, so be on the lookout for that. My Targets never get these in stock. I have still yet to see a single Beast Wars Reactive in person outside of the ones my friends brought me, who's the Dinobot sitting on my shelf right now. Let's move on. Because it's my channel, we have to mention YOLO Park, and YOLO Park did have something new pop up. So we were talking about those AMK Mini model kit figures. I am, of course, running a contest right now to get a set of these for free, along with the figures for Cheetor and Scourge from Rise of the Beasts. If you want to enter that contest, please go check my previous videos. You'll find it in my archives. That wasn't that long ago. You've still got, I think, more than a week to get your entries in, I think. But yeah, so the thing with these YOLO Park mini kits is that you do have chase figures and proper chase figures. So 1 in 30 will get you a Skywarp instead of Starscream, and 1 in 80. No, 1 in 60. So it's 1 in 30 chance of Skywarp, 1 in 60 chance you get this Nemesis Prime. I do think it's really cool to include proper chase figures in these, especially like properly rare ones. So like, yeah, like you might be upset that you missed out on the one you wanted, but if you're getting something that is this rare, I think it's worth a little bit of disappointment. Yeah, YOLO Park don't send me the super rare collectible ones. They send me these. They're still super cool kits, but you're gonna have to go luck of the draw if you're gonna get one of your own. But it's out there, and it does look cool. I'm not really a big on G1 Optimus Prime and Nemesis colors, but it's not a bad look here. It's not a bad look. Moving on, we got some high-end, highly expensive collectible wear for you. So remember the Irregular Choice Transformer clothing line? It's out. You can buy it now. These shoes you're looking at right now are almost $300. But if you want to just prove how much of a Transformer geek you are, here you go. You got Soundwave boots, you got Soundwave handbag, you've got, those little pouches, makeup pouches, you've got Starscream shoes with the wings, Skywarp versions, Optimus Prime, high heel. Like, this is ludicrous stuff. Absolutely crazy stuff. and is definitely in the collectible clothing category because, like I said, everything here is like between $200 and $300. So, not something for your casual collector, definitely. Why is it flower detail? Okay, I guess you have to appeal to girls, I assume. Girls could like it without flower detail too, you know. Alright, that's not the only thing, though. If you really want to show off how big your wallet is with your wardrobe, they also have this. Sugimoto is releasing this Devastator jacket. The first combiners. A little bit of incorrect English on there. It's a cool looking jacket. Devastator on the back, Constructicons running down the sides of the arms. These souvenir jackets are incredibly popular in Japan. They are also very expensive. This will run you about $600. And that's normal price for these things. This is like, I would be scared to wear it outside. I would be scared to wear it. I don't know. Once your clothing hits like $600, I'm like, do you really wear it? I'd be too worried about rain. Of course, I'm in Florida, where the weather will destroy pretty much anything you leave outside. It's available, though, for the high-end collector who really wants to show off your love for Constructicons. And one more oddball for the week. Super 7 is putting out this 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle featuring the Japanese poster art from from Transformers, the movie from 1986. Well, I guess, 1989 for Japan. Either way, though, I really like... So, when Super 7 makes actual transforming figures, I'm very iffy on them. I will admit, I think there's new photos that came up, and I thought, nah, I don't want to cover it. But when they do, like, little promotional stuff like this, when they do, like, souvenir stuff, I think they do really cool things, you know? Like, I have their t-shirt with the Goodbye Megatron artwork on it, because I think that was a really cool pull to do a t-shirt of. I think doing a poster of the Japanese movie is it's a really, really cool idea, because it's a really cool piece of artwork that most in America have never had a chance to get in any way. So this is on one of my maybe radars, if I had the space for a jigsaw puzzle. And it's just a really cool idea for them to do. And that is going to be your news roundup for the week. Couldn't keep this one short. We had a lot to cover. And of course, tomorrow we are expecting the big reveal of the next HasLab. So tomorrow we're going to have even more news to cover and all of my thoughts on that. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time.